AB, you're broke, dude. Like, we could make a shit ton of money boxing. And, like, I think you're broke. You're mad I wrote a blog about you being broke. We could talk a lot more shit, make a lot more money, and you need it. And I'd be down.
Do you think the Tyson Paul fight's going to be rigged?
So the thing with that fight is that as you get older, I'm concerned about how long the fight is. I think, Jake, what they're going to do is no one's going to want to see Mike Tyson get knocked out. It's just everyone's going to like be like, oh God, like it's going to be like, why would you do this? He's an old man. Like, no one wants to see that. What the best outcome they want is Mike Tyson and Jake Paul going the distance. Jake Paul looking like he lasted, kind of like the Logan Paul Floyd Mayweather fight where everyone was like, oh man, Logan hung in there and, he didn't win, but he did way better than we thought. Like, Mayweather should have been able to knock him out in 2 seconds, but Logan was so much bigger and Jake's just so much younger. And Jake's put on a shit ton of weight for this fight. I don't see like Jake Paul. Everyone's going to hate him for knocking out Mike Tyson. And so I could see the fight going the distance. Jake is just trying not to get knocked out, but
that's what he has to worry about.
Yeah. If Jake doesn't get knocked out, he wins because Mike Tyson, the power leaves last. So if Mike Tyson catches him in the first couple rounds, like in vintage Tyson comes out swinging, like Jake Paul could be embarrassed. But also, the cardio thing, we don't really know how good Mike Tyson looks right now. 4 years ago when he fought Roy Jones, if he is anywhere close to that, Jake's going to have a problem because Jake is, for his size, he's a pretty slow puncher. Like, he's not as quick for a 185 pounder. There are guys much quicker. Like, he doesn't have Ryan Garcia crazy hands. Power is one of his greatest assets. And, he's 185 pounds. Tyson's been fighting huge heavyweights in his day. But now he's put on more weight, so he's going to be even slower. So he's looking 230 and he's looking pretty fat. So he's got a lot of time to cut for the fight. I think he's 2 months. Unfortunately I'm gonna buy it and watch it.
Oh yeah, I am too. I'm gonna bet it too. I just can't decide.
Yeah, I mean Mike Tyson going the distance is a good bet because Jake Paul knows that if he kills Mike Tyson in the ring, but it would be better off if he danced with him for every round. Mm-hmm. There's no stipulations. It's one of these things where, yes, it's a sanctioned fight.
I saw that. Record. I looked it up too, and I was like, because a lot of people are saying it's going to be rigged, but based on what I looked up, I don't know much about this at all. But it said, if you rig a sanctioned Texas fight, it's a felony.
Yeah, so it won't be rigged, but like a handshake deal to make it like a glorified sparring session. Sure. I mean, once you know how to box, and Jake Paul is a boxer, he knows how to box. Once you know how to swim, you can sort of hang in there with anybody and make it look like, except if you're like Usyk, Tyson Fury, like Tyson Fury Usyk knew he was losing the fight. So he was like, I have to try to kill this guy. Mm-hmm. So, Mike Tyson's they're going to make a shit ton of cash. Tyson doesn't need to win. Usyk needed to win for the glory of Ukraine, for his heavyweight boxing career, like to bring more eyes to the struggle of the Ukrainian people. Like, that's why he almost knocked out Tyson Fury, because he was losing that fight and he had to win. That's why he knocked him down in the 7th round, because he was like, you've lost 6 rounds. Like, you got to win this round and win the rest of the rounds, or you knock him out and get the win that way. So like a lot of boxers won't like try to knock guys out because they know they can win on points. Like Dimitri Bivol could have knocked out Canelo, but he knew he was just winning the fight. So he was being conservative. He was, bobbing, weaving, using his jab. Every jab landed was a point. So you can just do that and win fights. I don't see Jake Paul coming out to knock out Tyson because Tyson might catch him. And at the same time, I can't wait to watch it, because imagine if Tyson knocks out Jake Paul. That's the only reason why I'm going to watch it, is like that crazy. It would end the whole Jake Paul madness. Yeah, I mean, he would probably end up fighting his brother, which would be, I'd also watch that, but they definitely just dance. But I can't wait.
And I'm sure Tyson will get kind of crazy when he gets back in the ring. I feel like you can't.
Oh yeah.
I feel like you can't like just stop do that. Like he used to be crazy.
I mean, the dude's juiced up on TRT. Probably gonna be on as many hormone replacements that make him feel young. He loves smoking weed, so he's gonna smoke weed before the fight. That's a guarantee. And like he almost killed Roy Jones Jr. Like when they were talking about a rematch, Tyson was like, "Hell yeah, what a rematch!" Roy Jones Jr. was like, "I gotta talk to my family. That was crazy. Like I almost didn't make it out of there. What do you mean? Like he's not going to be a pushover." The thing that did surprise me was how much taller Jake Paul was than Tyson. So, but Tyson's knocked out 6'6" dudes. Like I don't think it's be that crazy, but I'm pumped for it. How is Jake Paul's better that company doing? BTR.
I don't know much about.
Yeah, like is it doing well? That's something sort of from the business wise I'd like to see because I don't know anyone who uses it.
I don't. So, and that's such a hard. I don't know much about it, but it's such a hard industry to get into right now.
Yeah,
because you have to like they're doing the legitimate. Like what tech companies do back in the day, is just burn so much cash to get market share, and you got to have that cash to burn it.
I mean, I know they're creating a lot of content. Mm-hmm. Like there's Better Derek, but I think it's the headliner on all of Paul's content. But just something to look into.